Hey Gerald, thanks for the response. I definitely appreciate how excited you are about Obama, and I'm excited too. Um, as I said in my other video, though, I just don't think Obama can bring about the real systemic changes in the very mechanism of government itself um, that we need to see. It's great that all these people are mobilized and energized by his presence and by the prospect of him becoming president. But I think these people, as you pointed out, are the ones that need to and are the only ones capable of making the change. Um, we really need local action. We need individuals to take responsibilities for their own communities. Um, we need to stop looking to the government to solve our problems. The government doesn't solve problems, it just creates new problems, spends money, and rarely, if ever, leaves a project that it undertakes better off than it was before the government got involved. So, bearing that in mind, we cannot expect a president to be our savior. I think you recognize this in what you said in your video. If we want change, we've got to be the ones to do it. And if Obama is the one capable of energizing us to realize that, then wonderful. He seems to be capable of doing it, but we should not expect that the actions that he takes individually as president are going to change the world. I mean, they might help. I hope that his foreign policy, his approach to solving the climate crisis, to dealing with the rest of the world, and really working towards a type of global system that allows us to cooperate rather than uh, wage war against one another, whether it's economic, cultural, or actual bombs kind of war. But I'm optimistic. It's hard not to be uh, because Bush is about to end his presidency, hopefully without causing any more damage. But I'm a little weary of what he's going to try to pull with Iran in the last couple months of his stint in the White House. So hopefully he doesn't pull anything crazy, and we'll get out of this. Certainly with already a lot of damage done, not only in our own country but in Iraq. Um, I don't expect the Iraqi people to ever forgive our country for the mistake that we made there. Um, it's easy for us to say, oh, well, it wasn't the majority of Americans that decided to go to war, even though in the run up to the war, most of us were, you know, expressing our patriotism and saying, yeah, go get them. We were deceived by the media, by the White House. And so I think we all understand that it is the Bush White House and the Congress that allowed him to do this who are responsible for what's going on in Iraq. And yet, I've never been involved in a protest against the war. I've never, gone out and actively tried to spread the message that this needs to not be allowed to happen. Obviously, no amount of, you know, no amount of citizens up in arms against the government would have changed Bush's decision, but ultimately we're all responsible. I pay taxes. I'm paying for the bombs that fall on Baghdad. So hopefully the Iraqis will be able to forgive us. Hopefully Obama will usher in a whole new approach, a whole new paradigm to foreign policy, and put the whole idea of preemptive warfare and the Bush doctrine in the past and bury it deep. We shouldn't forget it. We should recognize that even a democracy like us can behave in this way if we're not careful. But I'm definitely optimistic for change. So, I appreciate your enthusiasm about Obama. After I finished watching your video, I actually went to go watch a couple of his speeches, one that he gave to his own campaign staff after he, was presumed to be the Democratic nominee. And he's an inspiring guy. He's a great motivator, for sure. So hopefully he's able to motivate us to do what it takes to bring our nation and the world to the next level. Because it's going to take all of us. We can't rely on politicians to do this for us. So thanks again, and have a good night.